Well, hello there, my old, big, heavy, awkward, and dangerous friend. I think it's time for an upgrade. All right, welcome back. Glad to see you tuning in. Well, got another little small side project. Still relates to the truggy, to the mutt build. It's something I wanted to show kind of off on its own. I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff out there about this, so I figure why not make a video about it? Nobody else is. So, what we got here is a jack upgrade. And no, it's not one of them $1,000, impact driven or pneumatic ones out there. Something completely different, kind of budget friendly, and I think a lot safer of an option. So, have you ever heard of a taller jack? Tauler jack. I had not. I don't know. I don't even know how it came across me finding about it. Maybe it was somebody else's YouTube channel or something. I don't even know. But anyway, what we got here is a kind of a do-it-yourself hand crank off-road jack built from a heavy-duty Curt trailer tongue jack. So you can see here side by side, here is the old kind of industry standard high lift farm jack. Probably twice the size, quite a bit heavier than this one here, and obviously a lot more dangerous. I've seen a lot of people out there that have gotten themselves hurt not knowing the proper way on how to work one of these farm jacks. It's definitely not something that I would trust turning my wife loose in the truck off-road, and if something were to happen, she got a flat and she had to, change a tire, I don't think I would trust her using that. So this right here, I think I definitely trust. So let's get into it. Let me show you the pieces of what makes this taller jack, and I think you'll find it pretty cool. All right, so what we have here is a do-it-yourself kit that I guess was conceived by these guys, Brennans Garage. Get a little closer to that phone number. But essentially what this is going to take, this is a 2.5-inch Curt. There's the jack part number. 8,000 pound capacity. So if you think about it, let me back up here. These jacks are designed to be out in the elements on the tongue of a trailer. They have a grease fitting on it. I would assume everything in the head of this is sealed up pretty well in comparison to these things. They get all gunked up. This one was inside the back of my Bronco, but on the truggy, I had it mounted to the outside tube on the roll cage there. So I'm sure over time this thing would have just become a sticky, clunky mess. So I think this Curt tongue jack is a lot cooler option. Nice thing about it is it has a bigger footprint and it's telescoping. So I can pull that pin and you can extend this. Well, matter of fact, let me show you. Hold on here. Okay, I have to back up. So before I've even put a crank on that handle to start extending the jack, that is already how high it is. It's almost as long as the farm jack. And I believe this has, I can't remember how many inches of travel there is in that. Matter of fact, well, I ain't gonna crank it up. I think it'll go 54 inches, I think sounds familiar. Don't quote me on that. But it'll go pretty damn high. And the trick to all of this are these pieces here and this kind of clamp on foot that's going to be attached to this, and this little kind of I don't know, kind of a ratcheting mechanism here. So I like this. This thing is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and do some prep work on this. Obviously got to grind some paint off the Curt jack and get all this fresh metal prepped. And let's put this thing together, see what this thing's all about. Okay, so the first thing we have here is this foot that we have to put together. Give you all the pieces here. Everything kind of snaps together like a puzzle. Have this little big cap screw, lock washer, and another big washer. Just got to bolt it together. And basically how this is going to look, I'm going to take that piece goes in there. This piece goes in there. This is going to go through there. So all this will get plug welded together. You have this pin. Goes through it all. Okay. Oops. So that's the basic look of this foot. So what you have then is this foot is going to go around the body of this jack, kind of like so. So once it's attached to the main body of this jack, when you crank it, this is what's going to extend. This plate here is what gets welded to the body of the jack, and this pin inside here, lost that one, this little cap screw here, that's what kind of interlocks into these holes in the jack body, like that. So it's all kind of the weight of the vehicle on the hook is what's going to lock everything into place here. It's pretty ingenious, simple idea. There's a little bolt nut and these little like these little hand tighten things that they go on the back side of this foot to lock it on. So I guess first thing is go ahead and just tack this all together, verify everything fits, and then we'll tackle cleaning up the jack and welding this on too. So there's the foot, all kind of tack welded together. She's still hot. So that's how that goes together. I'm going to do a little bit of grinding on the sides, smooth everything out. Then we'll do a test fit on the main body. Then we can go ahead and weld that into place. Okay, so I got the head, the hook part, it's all welded up, ground down, basically ready for paint. The next thing you got to do is you need to test fit this bar, this plate, to whatever jack you're using. It fits on here perfectly, like they made it for it, but on the back side of this there's a Zerk fitting that sticks out and it interferes with this bolt back here. This bolt is what helps lock this hook to the body itself. It's on the back side, so the weight of the vehicle, imagine this was standing up straight, this pushes on the back side of the jack. So you need to pay attention to where that Zerk fitting is. So I had to slide this down. This won't fit where it looks like it should fit, so I had to move it down a little bit here. So I'll show you. I'm just have to trim a little bit of it off, then I can go ahead, I can weld it on. So let me show you that real quick. So you'll see I had to push this down a little bit because if you look down here, there's that Zerk fitting. That interferes a wee bit. Get this out of the way. Shoot. Can I show you? Yeah, anyway. So, anyway, this plate, slide it down that much. So I'm going to chop that much off, and it still should be able to use that very last hole. If I have to get in there with my little Dremel tool, I'll clean up that last little bit there so that this big old cap screw will fit down flush in there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead, chop that off, and then I'm going to go ahead and weld this to the jack. And there it is. I think that's plenty of weld to hold that on. Just put a couple beads right in the middle of it, but I think all the rest of these tacks are going to be just fine. Plus this end is all burned on completely, so there it is. It's going to let it cool, hit it with some fresh paint, and we'll go ahead and mock it up and see how it works. Okay, so this is all done, welded up. They give you 3/8 grade 8 hardware, these little handles that kind of press onto the head of the bolt. And another one you press the nut into. I put them in the vise. I put a little bend on them so they're a little easier to grab. So how this is going to go is you engage that into there. That big cap screw locks in. Spin this on. I trial fit it so that it would be snugged up with both of these out of the way of the crank. You want to be aware of that. So there it is. That's how it goes together. And I guess next we'll go lift something with it. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a try, and I'm gonna show basically. I mean, this is probably a higher point that you'd ever probably want a jack from, but that's the nice thing about this. The telescoping action first. We can raise this all the way up to here. And now I'm already this high. We'll go ahead, lock the head in. Oops. Actually, go down one. Get out of the way. And of course, I'm sitting on a crack in the garage floor here, but no big deal. Alright. There it is. You know, it's as fast as a trailer tongue jack, as you would expect, so it's not super fast, but that's quite a bit of height. I like the bigger, wider foot. And me personally, there is no way in hell I would trust this high. Actually, that's already out of travel. This is about as high as this would ever go. So I still have more to go. So anyway, that's it. There's your taller jack. Nice new alternative, and I guess just watch future videos and we'll see how it works on the trail. So thanks for watching. Give it a like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, you know, all the good stuff. So thanks, bye.